All right, interval notation, it shows a range of solutions. We see in this slide already. I just like to repost it because it makes me feel good. But remember, if you have the actual parentheses, the values on the tips are not included. Okay, if they are included, then we have to use the square brackets, which we can also demonstrate with either open or closed circles, respectively. We've seen this one before as well. So, perhaps not this one. Domain error. In fractions, denominators cannot be zero. And usually what we will show is, well, I guess usually I like set builder notation because we can just declare what values don't work. In interval notation, we have to show what values do work, though, which means we have to figure out a way to take individual values out. That doesn't have to make a lot of sense right now, but hopefully it will. Now, with these, it says, what value for t is not in the domain of the function? Okay, if it's not in the domain, it would make the denominator, just like we saw on this last slide, it would make the denominator 0. Okay, so this also means that I don't care about the numerator. Just you can cross it out. It doesn't matter how big it is or small it is or negative it is. I don't care. All I care about is the denominator right here. So I'm looking at just 7t minus 20. What I know for sure is if it were to equal 0, bad things will happen, kind of. So I'm going to say it cannot. This symbol right here is telling us it cannot equal 0. It can never equal 0 because that would give us an undefined statement. And I can solve this just like I would an equation. So I'm going to find the value of t this way to see which value would not work. It's just when I drop this, it's not an equal sign. It's now it's a not equal sign. So first off, I'm going to isolate my t's by zeroing out that negative 20. So add 20 to both sides. So I can drop the 7t. This zeroes out, and 7t cannot equal 20. That's a good start. Next up, principle of equality, it still is a not equal sign, but now I'm going to divide both the sides by 7. I'll keep the fraction, by the way. So this is t, or 1t, cannot equal 27ths. So this means if you replace the t with 27ths, you would get 0 in the denominator, and then you'd have an undefined value. So everything else will work. This is the only value that will not work. But remember, this is just a statement. In the future, though, we need to figure out how to do this in interval notation, which I think you've seen.